I love it every time. All right. All right. Let me just go ahead and say most people don't realize this, but once you enter the healthcare system, it's very hard to get out. Not because you're weak, not because you're doing something wrong, but it was built like that, just like a web. And once you're in it, everything around you is designed to keep you there. Woo! Now, let's stop speaking in general terms. I'm going to name it because I want you to see it as I'm talking about it. But before I do that, let me say this. Hey, everybody. Hey, my name is Giselle, also known as the Lifestyle Changer. I am not a medical doctor. I am speaking from my lived experiences. I dealt with high blood pressure, fibromyalgia, weight gain is an understatement, inflammation, and I spent years trying to do what I was told was right. I was a vegan for 4.5 years, top of the food chain, right? And it wasn't until my brother introduced me to an all meat diet because as a vegan, I still had all of those illnesses that I am talking about. I watched my husband's health change because he started first eating only meat. I asked no questions. I did not research. On May 26, 2023, I made a decision to change my life. Girl, I hear all your typing skills.
I'm sorry. Let me put myself on mute.
I was like, what? So today, guys, I am medication free. My blood work is metabolically perfect. All right. Kids wish they had my blood work. My weight is stabilized and my mind is clear. And every Monday night, Robin and I come here at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Robin and I go live with real grounded conversations about food, sleep, movement, your metabolic health, what's going on, all of that. So, and one more thing, I am a certified nutritionist and I do not recommend the standard American diet. And next week's show, we're going to talk about the new Heart Association dietary needs that came out. We're gonna do that. All right, let's get back to the show. You've got companies like Aetna, CVS, Humana, United Health. And what people don't realize is that these are not separate systems. Not anymore. Okay. They're buying each other. They're getting stock in each other. They're merging. They're expanding. They're positioning themselves at every step of your care. We're going to break this thing down. So what does it look like? My insurance is over here. This is what you think. My doctor is over there and my pharmacy is over there. That's an illusion. Because in many cases, it's the same system. Ooh, what you talking about, G? Let's talk about the insurance. They decide what gets covered, what gets denied, and what doctor you can see. Come on, in network, out of network. Huh? Right? That's the money, honey. Then that same network owns or partners with the clinics that schedule your appointments and tracks your care. Then you got to walk into the pharmacy, right? And guess what? Same umbrella. Let's just think about it. If you were a primary in the insurance, why would you not want? Because you know all these people are getting pharmaceuticals. Why would you not want that? Huh? If the same system is touching each other, touching your money, your doctor, your medication, where do you exit this program? All right, now let's bring this home because this is not just out there. CVS is in your neighborhood. You pass it every day. And some of you even have prescriptions sitting there right now. They've got clinics on the inside. You can walk in, be seen, walk out. It's convenience. It's like that's what they've led us to believe. It is so convenient. At least we feel that way. Because I know I did. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go over here. I want to go. Listen, they started putting doctors' offices inside of hospitals, and I'm like, oh yes. So that means if I need an MRI, bam, I'm already there. If we need an X-ray, bam, I'm already there. And then I can swing by the front, bam, I'm already there. Yeah, I want to go over there. That's what I said. And wait, it gets even better, y'all. They'll even transport you. They'll pick you up, they'll bring you in, they'll treat you, and they'll send you home. Your prescriptions are ready. And before you leave, can we make that follow-up appointment? You don't even have to leave the system now, baby. The system comes to you. And once you're in, everything is structured that same way. Come on now, the appointment, the prescriptions, the follow-up, the adjustment, the specialist, repeat over and over and over again. Now, here's the part that nobody says out loud. If your condition is being managed but never removed, will you ever exist? Exit? Not exist. You do exist. Will you ever exit that anything? Huh? So with that, come on, Rob, tell them what's next.
All right. So, here's what I see. I see how quietly this happens. People don't wake up one day and say, "I'm going to depend on the system." It starts up with one issue, something small. But before I go any further, my name is Robin Heron, and I am your carnivorous grandma. I'm also certified in nutrition. I'm a health coach, and I work with men and women, especially those over age 50. So y'all know, y'all be having them prescriptions at the Walgreens. She said CVS. We don't have too much of that here, but Walgreens, right? So people are tired of guessing, ready to understand what's actually happening inside your bodies. And it's really not about perfection, but it is about understanding. Because once you understand how your body works, you can finally start working with it instead of against it.
Mm-hmm.
So let me make this real for you. All right. So, we're not looking at this just from theory, but I personally lived with and dealt with debilitating anxiety and racing thoughts to the point where I literally was not able to leave my house. Like, I was not going to be able to drive my car because the trees on the road was freaking me out, like shadows. Oh my gosh, how crazy is that? I've never heard anybody else say that. Debilitating anxiety, and just that total obsession with food, constantly thinking about food, constantly looking for the next meal, and constantly thinking about what I'm going to go to the grocery store and buy, going to the library, getting all the books, reading everything, trying to make some food because I was obsessed with food. I also dealt with years of chronic eczema. When I say years, I came out the womb with eczema, and also IBS, hypertension, and obesity. So it really wasn't just one condition, it was a pattern. So, like most people, each issue had its own lane. I go to the dermatologist for this one, right? I go to my family practitioner for that one. Have a different conversation, have a different recommendation, have a different quote unquote solution to the problem. But no one stepped back and said, "What is driving all of this?" Y'all see it? Y'all see it? Two black eyes. Yep, I was looking like a raccoon. What was the root cause? Nobody was talking about root cause. Everybody wanted to throw a prescription at it. Let's try this. Let's try an injection. Let's try, a pill. Let's try a cream. Let's try an ointment. None of that stuff addressed the root cause. All right. So let's get into it because we come to help you save your lives. We come to help us live longer in good health, pain-free, and no more meds. What if you didn't need to go pick up that prescription? I'm telling y'all, I got off anxiety medicine and I got off hypertension medicine through dietary change, right? And all of a sudden, I'm no longer obese. Praise the Lord. All right. So over time, one issue, I want to tell you what the issue is. It's called metabolic syndrome. It turns into multiple conditions. Each one, it just layers right on top. Another medication, another appointment, another adjustment. They're going to increase your medicine. They're going to keep on increasing it. And what shifts is not just the body, it's the mindset. So people stop asking the question, how do I fix this? And they start asking, how do I manage it? And when that happens, we don't even realize it. But we've accepted this cycle as our life. We've literally identified ourselves as I am X, I am Y, right? And so just because something is common, just because it's happening all around us, does not make it normal. It doesn't mean it's normal. I always use G's analogy, like if you went, look around you when you go outside. If you went to the zoo and you saw the zoo animals looking like that, you would think, what in the world are they feeding these animals, right? Just because it's common that everybody's overweight now does not mean that it's our normal state, right? Yeah. So here they are. You got the fat rolls, you got goiters, you got the skin tags, and all the different things. If we went to the zoo and we saw these animals looking like this, we would be like ready to call PETA, call animal control on the people, right? So just because something's being managed does not mean it can't be improved and it can't be reversed. We talk about reversal over here. Let's reverse those conditions. So here's what I experienced. When I changed my inputs, I started eating only meat 3 years ago. My body changed its output. The anxiety settled down. I was able to get off medication. My racing thoughts slowed down, and I no longer was afraid for people to call me on the phone. I wasn't no longer afraid to send somebody the voicemail, right? My food noise disappeared. We talked about food noise last week when we talked about those GLP-1s and how when you get off the GLP-1, what comes back? Food noise, right? With carnivore, we don't have food noise. Our food is not trying to talk to us. We don't hear Snickers bars on the plate talking. We don't hear all those different foods talking, donuts and all the stuff. That food noise completely disappeared. My skin cleared up. I got a little bit of makeup on today because I went to work, but y'all, hey, no more 2 black eyes. My digestion stabilized, my blood pressure normalized, no more hypertension. This is like something that runs in the family, right? It runs in the family, which means that I'm supposed to have it because the generations before me had it. Well, as long as I don't eat like them, I won't have it, right?
That's right.
And then the weight loss followed. The weight loss just followed. So it wasn't because I found a new system to fall into, a new pharmacy or a new doctor, but I finally aligned my actions with how my body actually works, right? So our bodies are not random. It is responsive. It responds to what you eat. It responds to how you sleep, and it responds to how you move. And when those inputs change consistently, the body responds differently, and that's our physiology. So stepping outside of that requires awareness. And that's why we're here every Monday at 7 o'clock p.m. to raise your awareness and also to provide support because people have not been showed another way. All right, G, go ahead and take it on.
I am, because I want to I want to connect this even deeper, because I've talked about how that loop is going on in regards to the pharmacy, the doctor, and how they get everything, get you into the web. But it's a whole nother side to that web too. There's a food side, and I want to name one that you can see, the Nestle company, right? Now, most people know Nestle from snacks, drinks, packaged foods. Ooh, but what most people don't realize is they also have health science division. Did you know that? They're producing foods that people eat frequently, craving more and spiking their blood levels. And they are producing the solutions, right? What does that mean? They have meal replacements, medical nutritional drinks, products used in hospitals. Even more people are on dialysis. Now, let's slow it down. What am I talking about? Because this is where this part should really make you think. You've been given something labeled as medical nutrition. Something about that is to support healing, does it not? But when you look at it closely, it's loaded with sugar, carbohydrates, ingredients that still spike your blood sugar. So now ask yourself, how is something that was meant to support your health still doing the very thing that keeps your body stressed and spiked? The that's the problem is created, and then the solution is still keeping the body dependent. Where do you think they're going to allow you to heal your body and no longer need a prescription? Ask yourself that, because a lot of times the script is giving to you and saying, oh no, you'll have this for the rest of your life. Am I the only one? If you heard something like that, go ahead and put anything in the comment. I don't care if it's a thumb down, thumb up, right? Because now you're not just entering that system through a diagnosis. You're also being fed literally through your food into that same system. And if you're listening to this and something is starting to click with you and you're realizing, wait a minute, I might be in that cycle. That is the exact reason why I coach the way that I do. I'm going to tell you now, I'm not here to hold your hand. I am not a hold hander every step of the way. But what I do is I show you how to use simple technology to understand your body. I help you recognize patterns so you aren't just guessing every day. I teach you how to build meals that actually satisfy you. And most importantly, I help you step out of this cycle that we're talking about without relying on another system, not another medication, and not another appointment. I have not seen my medical doctor now. I know it's been a year and a half. What I'm going to say to her, I feel good because I can check my blood pressure. I get my blood work. I don't even go through them. I turn around and order my own labs. You know, they got things like that now. I can take my own sugar. I can even do my ketones. I can do all of those things. So I would go there to give a copay and do what? We just go sit there and kind of, girl, how you been doing? Well, I've been doing fine. Huh? And then how many of you look at your doctor? They on prescriptions as well. But anything, if you want to know more about that, gbrown.com, that's GIEBROWN. It's down in the description and it's running across this video. So I'll say it again. If you want space to just start learning and have these types of conversation, come join us also in the free Hey Sister Girl Facebook group. That link is down in the description of this video as well. So now, Robin, I want you to take this even further, because this isn't just happening to people. So I need y'all to look, slide on into the phone, the computer screen, whatever you're watching on the TV. Tell them where else this is happening.
So here, I want you guys to open your eyes and look at this, because there's a pattern, the same pattern that exists. We just talked about animals, but how do we feed our animals, right? Before processed pet foods, dogs ate what they were designed to eat. Cats ate what they were designed to eat: meat, bones, animal fat. Now we replace that with kibble. Somebody told me that kibble is dead food. It's like, okay, it's processed, but it's convenient and it's shelf stable and it's marketed as the best option. It's supposed to be complete nutrition for your pet. It's supposed to be a balanced diet. It's supposed to be science backed. In fact, when I had my little dog, which I don't have anymore, I fed him something called science diet. So, an illusion. That's not what dogs are supposed to eat. When you really think about it, That science backed diet is not what a dog was designed to eat. The same thing is happening to our dogs and our cats and our pets, right? Skin issues. You see your dog biting in between his toes, you see him scratching, making a hot spot on his body. Skin issues, allergies, weight gain. The dogs are so fat they can't even move around. They have digestive problems. So now we're back in another system, same system, because we got vet visits. That dog food made my dog's teeth so filled with tartar that the teeth cleaning cost $600 for the dog. That's crazy, right? So vet visits, and then you got to have the prescription food, and then ongoing management. So it's the same pattern for the animals: create the condition and then manage the condition.
Mm.
So let's talk a little bit about CG health coaching. So I'm your hand holder. I will hold your hand and walk through this journey with you. That's the difference between me and my girl. I'm going to hold your hand. So I help people understand their body. I help you focus on what your goals are. And I was just telling a colleague today that 80% of your problem is the food that you're eating. 80%. So then we got the sleep and we got the movement also. But we want you to stop feeling confused. So we're going to break down what's actually happening inside the body, making some simple, very, very simple and sustainable changes. And then I'm going to support you as you build consistency and help you get through the overwhelmingness of it. So that's CG Health Coaching, and you can find that also at my website, which is scrolling about up across the bottom of the screen there for you, and also in the description box below. So I think we're finna wrap it up, but let's talk about Impact real quick. Impact 2026 is going on, and let me bring up the
I know. I'm
thing
looking. I'm
here.
looking. Oh,
It's
it's
in
at the
here
top.
somewhere. There it
I think
is.
it's at the top. Did I miss it? There you go.
There it is. Impact 2026 Meet Up and Eat Up with Carnivorous Grandma and Friends. It's going to be held on September 5th, 2026, starting at 11 o'clock a.m. If you're staying for the after party, we'll be hanging out until 7:30. It's a family affair, and we've got a great lineup for you. Honestly, today is there's one more day of my BOGO. So if you guys have not registered, you can get your BOGO today. Today's the last day. I had 25 of them available. So go ahead and scan the QR code and get out there and get your tickets to our Metabolic Health Symposium. We're going to bring it all together. Real talk, real learning, real community. All right,
Yeah,
Jane, take us
I
home.
know. Listen, I just wanted you guys. So, how this show came about, I'm riding down the road and I look for things that if everyone ate like this, wow, that wouldn't be a business. Wow, that would, if another dialysis place comes up and while you're in there getting dialysis, there, don't you guys now see about goldfish and these little crackers and all this other stuff? It was the sugar that got you in the chair, but it's all a wheel. It is a true web. And guess what? It's bigger than just one company or just one industry. Take your health back. Take it back. You got to be tired of being in pain. You got to be tired of, oh, you pick up the prescription thing and realize you got 2 pills left. Then you look, you have no refills. Then you look at that, the doctor now wants to see you. So now you got to get up, you got to spend gas, you got to catch a ride, however you're going to get there. They've even made it better to now you can do teledoc, that they can turn around and talk to you, but you keep paying out, whether you have insurance or copay or Medicaid, it doesn't matter. I've removed all of that. Robin removed, most people in the carnivore community no longer has that. We're not depending on a supplement. We're not depending on a shake. We're not dependent on any of that. And so all I want to say is once you are on that conveyor belt, It doesn't matter if it was food or for healthcare, it all leads to the same place. Good night, everybody. See you next
Bye,
week. We're going to cover
everybody.
some more.